10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Navi's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
Hello, hello, hello. 420 everyone, welcome back. Game number 3 here for ESL One Frankfurt European Qualifiers 2016. I'm Gareth in the JD Studios. We have game number 3 here for you. Navi going up against Team Spirit.
10 seconds
On a piece,
remaining.
and these games have gone relatively quickly. I'm looking at my co-cast because so is also was the draft. They had their first 2 bans like bam bam, and now down a little bit more.
Reserve time.
Considering here for the Team Spirit, what do we want to hand over to General? Like, we handled the Batrider last time, wasn't too bad. We have the first pick, so it all comes down to, I think, the Beastmaster and then that Nature's Prophet. Now, I believe Navi has been banning it out, though, so typically it's like ban either the Earth Spirit here, and then they would take, so ban Earth Spirit, then they ban Beastmaster, then they take Nature's Prophet to Team Spirit, and then if you leave that, Navi would have taken the Batriders. They're going to ban that. And now Navi have the question of, do we end the Nature's Prophet or that Beastmaster, and then what's left for General? So they might have to ban something else, give away those 2 heroes, and then grab whatever's left.
10 seconds
Navi,
remaining.
where do they go with that? Do you always want to apply the Earth
5
Spirit? Do they want to give away Sven or Drow Ranger or anything like that to Illidan? It's going to be 10 that they remove.
Dire team pick.
Does leave the Enchanter's first pick for Goblak if he wants it. Or the Invoker for Iceberg if they want to go that route.
The problem is you can't leave Beastmaster and Nature's Prophet, or Navi will take both. They'll give Vincere the Nature's Prophet, and they're going to give General the Master. And then that's just like Navi's full-out aggression that they want.
They know. Go with that. Black has a plan.
10 seconds remaining.
The man with all the strats, of course.
That's
5
true.
seconds remaining.
Very hard and long about this one. Further down the line, you know, the Spectres will get banned out, the Faceless Void away as well. Neither of these teams have been looking for your gyrocopters or anything like that. It's just been push, push, push. Try and get as many summons out onto the field as you possibly can between Chen and Enchantress, Nature's Prophet, Beastmaster. I can getting banned out a lot as well. There we go. Like I said, Beastmaster does not give Navi the double threat. Even they can start off with Ench and Nature's Prophet. It'll be pretty standard now, but
team pick.
Spirit? Earth Spirit, maybe?
My concern would be Earth Spirit's impact against these lineups. Like, time and time again, the hero seems to be failing. Like, obviously he hasn't gotten nerfed, but the problem is that he's just been so popular, he's been so prominent in the entire one scene that teams have gotten used to dealing with him. They are much better protecting mid lane. People are getting more and more comfortable in these more survivable mids. Like, Puck's very big right now. He's the man. He hasn't gotten any sort of a buff or anything like that, but the way he deals with this early aggression is just so good. And he, of course, will always go back to the Queen of Pain. He's going to go back for that Death Prophet.
Dire team ban.
So grab up the Doom. I like this. Mixed up here, not something that we've been seeing too much lately, especially not in this matchup. In fact, Team Spirit, I don't even know the last time they picked the Doom. It has been a while.
Very good against the Enchantress. We saw this from Chinese teams before, during, after the Shanghai Major. A lot of European teams picked up on it. Picking up one of those creeps, being able to kind of mirror the movements of the Enchantress when she's into lanes, and a lot of havoc. That new Infernal, or newish, I guess, Infernal Blade is a really good roaming and ganking tool. Once you get Tranquils and an Orb of Venom up, you just go in, you slam people down. So a few of these static mid heroes.
We might actually be getting a Chaos Knight. I'm gonna see this one no often. Team Spirit keeps getting banned out in that second phase, but having the Beastmaster Team Spirit, they get rid of that Oracle just to make sure that you're not gonna get that burn down on the boars. Eliminating, we saw that the other day. How brutal Oracle is up against Beastmaster. Getting rid of those boards just eliminates Beastmaster's big lane presence that he's so renowned for in that dire offering. So right now that Witch Doctor said the sustain for this push. I think that they went for the ban on the Venge and
Navi's turn to pick.
Rather than actually grabbing up this Vengeful Spirit that Sineko's just been loving lately.
Ranger for Iceberg, this was one of the heroes that really put him on the map. Ranger back, 3-4 months ago, spamming it, a little bit of Invoker, a bit of Queen of Pain here and there. Was the red-headed lady that set Iceberg on the map and got him the spot RV. Give
10
Dendy.
seconds remaining.
Or
Well-
do you take that Lycan
5
this early?
seconds remaining.
Oh, that's a good point.
Another big threat right now.
The trouble is, there's so much lockdown for the
Reserve
Lycan,
time.
Shackle Shot, and Raw.
I think Team Spirit have it on the mind for sure.
I'd be happy here as teams. You've kind of preempted the Lycan already. Like the hero itself. Like, okay, maybe the pushing power from Giants and Natus trip to the Howl, and you're exactly right. They're going to go for it regardless. Got a lot of pushing power behind them. Put it back in with Sven for Illidan, so their final hero is going to be that super hard 5 support for themselves.
The question is, like, why are Team Spirit, who are so renowned for this Chaos Knight that they have just been loving lately, why are they rocking that instead? Like, that would have given them obviously a lot more lane control with the Chaos Knight, but it seems to be that their plan instead is going to be, we're going to hold this mid game, this early game, Sven is going to get the Ancient Stacks this time, we're going to be successful with it, and we're going to create this monster that we were looking for the last time that's going to last just plow through this game, move later and later, but obviously Witch Doctor like it, Nature Prophet, and Enchantress. Terrifying push line up here. I don't even know, like, Dendy, you can give him the Space Creator, probably the Queen of Pain.
Turn to pick.
The big one for him that's left. They want to go in for that DP and mega push, but I feel like the Queen more suits what they have.
Oker's still out there if they really want to go for it.
Oh, yeah, that's certainly just as good, if not better.
Double Forge Spirits helps in with the push. Got control come mid-game and a lot of damage output to deal with the Sven, the Wind Ranger. Out into Sunstrike and all that nonsense.
You know,
10
that mech
seconds remaining.
Invoker can actually be disgusting, right?
Well, the
Or I
mech,
could go back for
5
mid
seconds
Vitcheratu.
remaining.
the mech Vlad's Invoker that we saw from G yesterday, that's
Reserve time.
it's interesting. It worked for about 10 minutes and then it fell flat on its face.
Their offlane is going to be, like, with the Beastmaster, the Witch Doctor, you've got a Lycan. This seems like a game where the Lycan would want to be in the safe lane. I don't think you want to put a mid against the Wind Ranger like they've done before with Ditcher Raw, so I'm still thinking Queen or Invoker. I think either of those. Yeah, I think the Invoker's the better choice. You were
Dire
correct.
team pick.
You're at hard 5. You need wave clear. Like, wild axes and power shots, they're okay, but you need wave clear. And I'm thinking Lena Sven here could be perfect for you.
Oh, that's solid too. I'll give them a nice control. It's good up against the Nature's Prophet. Getting rid of those hits, but of course getting through that Sprout as well. Very handy. And even Laguna Blade is pretty great up against. He's always so slippery right at the end. Great up
10
against the
seconds
Enchantress.
remaining.
Not sure if it's something Team Spirit have really been going for too much lately.
5 seconds
The only
remaining.
thing, it's always just that Disruptor. But I would agree, I actually do think with the need of the wave clear
Reserve
here,
time.
would be pretty spectacular.
Other options looking down the line, it's kind of interesting here the Bounty Hunter is completely ignored like throughout this entire series, right? Enchantress and Chen highly prioritized, Earth Spirit, same kind of story. America, China, Southeast Asia, Bounty Hunter is like first pick, first ban material, while these two teams just like, nah, ignore that, we don't need the little rat man. Track to get some money, we're gonna kill towers. The other...
I wonder if well, you mentioned towers, I wonder if they're thinking about that Treant. They've
What?
done that up against Lycan a lot.
That's the trouble, right? Because you have this Doom. Because if the Doom wasn't there, I'd even say you go back for an Enigma. Dazzle. Do that bonus armor to try and maybe fight into these pushes a little more directly. Black to pick up. Always want to fly. We'll be playing that roaming Doom. Alright. In Warcry and Weave. Got a lot of bonus armor here. They've got a bit of sustain from the Dazzle Shadow Wave. Wave clear is going to be a little bit rough, so it has to be those very hard-hitting in-and-out team fights. They jump, they roll, they kill, and they try and move on from target to target to target, or else Na'Vi, they'll sustain through all of your damage. Very bursty here from Team Spirit in terms of lockdown and output of physical damage with, you know, Focus Fire and God Strength.
I mean, you look at Dazzle and you think about how, like, Oracle's such a great pairing with Sven because
10
of
seconds remaining.
survivability and his ability to run through the fights and do what he wants, but Dazzle,
5
although
seconds
similar to
remaining.
Oracle in that sense with the Shallow Grave, you don't get that same, like, there's obviously no debuffs that are going to be coming out to help enable, like, stunned up or slowed, and can't just give him that total run through the fight and do everything. Yeah, he won't die, but he can still just be continuously stunned up until that BKB comes out, so Again, a lot of pressure on the Ilden. It did not go well the last time the Sven could not get him propelled up into that big spot. Dealt with General in the last game. I guess he's going to be that linchpin once more for them.
Andy is yet to level anything up. He's gone for the Null Talisman, he's not going for the wristband into Ring Aquila. Boom. Devour Treant. Very nice.
Really weird that he didn't level anything at first for that Sunstrike.
That's why I was, yeah, he's gone for Cold Snap. That's why I was wondering if he's going to go for like a Quas Vex build, if he wants to go for the Cold Snap first, just to have a Quas regen against this Wind Ranger, knowing that the Doom will be rotating into your lane from time to time.
30 seconds to battle.
Little Dance of Death with the Treant there, and he gets the last hit. Already Team Spirit off to a pretty good start. 100 and whatever 12 gold lead they've got. What actually is the difference there?
They do see this ward though. Because the Navi one was down, so they spotted this placement.
The Navi has the net worth lead going on. Stun from Illidan onto the Art Style, but it's Cask causing havoc here for Team Spirit as Art Style takes another hit. He does get first blooded, but Illidan will be the trade-off there. Seneko dropping low as well, the way Stalker slides down by the Doom. The General, he's not done just yet. The good salve back out from Goblak keeps himself alive. The Dazzle getting chased out a little bit and heals himself with the Shadow Wave as well. General barely scraping away with the damage to try and get this kill as Dendi is chased back. The Jukes through from Goblak keeps himself alive. Cuts through trees, gets himself all the way back over to the side, but still killed off by the Treants. As Dendi, a couple of punches here. Very low on HP. Trying to cross regen it back up, but Iceberg's dominant position up on top of this high ground. The ramp is his. So is the lane.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's a good thing he made this early Quas. Able to snag up that early down, and now he can dive this with the power shot. Wisely backing up.
That's going to be very difficult to handle. Windrun is down. Sonic, time talent level 1. And himself to this jungling as Iceberg TP'd on by General. You can just wait this Windrun General, one more right click, the Fairy Fire's there, but another one? What?
God, this range, man. I actually can't believe that reached.
10 miles away and General just pokes him. Little prod from his staff and the little bloody Firefly thrown out of it into the face of the Wind Ranger and down she goes. 3-2 is the score right now, a minute and a half in. Lycan has been given a free lane so far. Somehow.
I like how Illidan just did a Stormhammer. Cancel clarity on General. Like aware that he's not going to be getting any kills up here.
And he is going Quas Wax. EMP Cold Snap leveled up. To see Quas Wax a lot against pushing lineups. Guess with this lineup they've got, they need a little bit of a tempo controller in the mid game. They don't want to have that little bit of downtime when he's going Midas, trying to split farm on his own, getting his levels. To the Voka. The phase boots into Urn, the Orchid, and then back into the Midas a little bit later once you've actually built up your lead significantly. Dendi. Very well getting these last hits in, but it's top lane where the Doom is rotating into the Nature's Prophet. Always want to fly smoked up, and they really desperately want this kill or walk into him, and General is stuck in between the trees and in between 3 heroes. Nature's Prophet dropped.
They are lacking a little bit of control without this Quas Wax, so it is kind of understandable that they'd be going for this. It's going to be better for setting up those gank from ourselves. Mid lane doesn't look like EP will connect. Nice for getting every
General, there's
cross,
no
man.
Windrun, and General, he wants to
back up
just
now,
keep on right-clicking Iceberg down with a final one from Art Style to clear up the kill,
There's
and
no shame in it.
RV, very aggressive on this middle lane.
Oh, and look again, Funnick. He's in trouble over here, the Centaur being left. Pull down this farm on that Beastmaster, once again being toyed with here from Art Style.
Thanks be to you.
Fly has a tranquil slow, 102, level 3.5 Doom. We kind of expected this Doom to have a little more impact in this early laning stage, just walking across and slapping Dendi around a bit. The fact he has Ghost Walk available to him at all times, difficult prospect actually moving in.
Yeah, and he's been totally scaled out by this ward too, so they know precisely where Always Wanna Fly is, and then he can just because that. Hopefully he doesn't go down.
Dendi,
And
Seneko to save him, the heal from the Vivid Restoration, and power shot, Iceberg. Even throwing it out, maybe waiting for the snipe a little bit later on. Seneko lining this up for them, and a 4-man rotation in. General's ready, but the Sprout doesn't always want to fly. They found him with the EMP. The heal is all there for Na'Vi. One by one, they just swarm in on this middle lane.
I mean, fully aware of what Always on Fly was going to do. They had the rotations ready. Dendy wisely backing up. First comes in Seneko with the heals, the stuns, just to make sure, obviously, Witch Doctor probably the best hero when it comes to the dive. This is why you see teams pick him up nice and early. It's not just that sustain, it's the I'm going to coconut you under the tower with your little buddy. Your Night Stalkers and your Earth Spirits, and in this case it'll be your Doom. But meanwhile, both position ones, they are having some fairly fine times up here. Illidan, of course, 30. Last hit, Jirah, 29 for himself. Of a very early Vlad. And then it comes into this Roshan control. Oh, our son's being run down here by the Scorcher. Oh! I got him.
Cannot deny himself to the Mud Golems as they were aggroed by the Doom Scorched Earth, it looks like there. Yeah, you're looking at this early Vlad for Ditya, but you're also wondering about the Helm of the Dominator for Illidan, right? Because once he gets that, it's a massive red flag saying, hey, we're stacking Ancients! And Na'Vi, they can send over Treants and Natus creeps, even a Witch Doctor to go over and place a Sentry Ward and try and block this one up. He places a Sentry up on the high ground there. Walk out. They want vision of the Ancients. They don't want to block it up, they want to know when they're being done, so maybe they can contest it.
Yeah, typically if you're blocking it, of course, you can guarantee the Sven lineup is going to be getting in there with the Sentry, so sometimes it's just more advantageous to actually get the vision and so you can try and contest, or at least know when to send in your creeps, right? That can be just equally as important, finding yourself with that vision. You know if they actually are actively there stacking. You see they got the 4 ready, nicely done, don't need the helm quite yet. And I have a feeling a lot of our game might be taking place around here, Lycan versus Sven, Roshan versus Ancients.
That is the box of death. Radiant Lycan as well. To get that to hit the prime. Oh, that is lead up towards the top rune spot. Iceberg. In run, but there's a Sprout to hold you, and with the EMP Coconut combo bouncing back between them, they want their bounty rune. Go to one of the Radiant heroes and they'll secure it. General's Nature's Prophet. But Iceberg's Wind Ranger, boy oh boy, 0, 3, and 2. 25 last hits, but net worth currently sitting below 2,000. It's just not going well for him at all, while Dendy, on the other hand, who maybe should have had a lane where he struggles in against the Wind Ranger and a Doom, has been alleviated. The wind beneath his wings, this Enchantress and Witch Doctor have constantly sat behind him, TP'd in, counteracted any movements from Team Spirit, and in effect it's been a tri-lane mid.
Radiant's top
Yeah,
tower
Seneko as well, just doing a fantastic job. He is just all over the map. He just got the ward in the mid lane. He placed the sentry.
Iceberg again! Trap, tackle shot, well played. Stop the Centaur stomp, but still the Tornado catches him, and okay, quad lane mid. You know what, General counts as well. Sprout forward under Iceberg, the Goldblack is here with the Grave onto the nice little Wind Ranger play. Treants block him in, keeping the Wind Ranger in play and in death range. RV still want to go a little bit for more here. Scorched Earth is going to allow Always on a Fly to sprint away. 4 deaths now, 7 minutes in. 4 or more. It's all Na'Vi wants. Kill Iceberg over and over again.
He just has no idea what's going on, too. Again, just the fact that the Snake goes all over the map, getting these D-wards down. They do plant a fresh ward in one of the few spots where there is no sentry here from Na'Vi, so that'll be at least one benefit for them. That observer was spotted out when it was placed, so Goblek able to snipe that down. Carry that vision over the Ancients, and once again, they do have the creeps ready. They are able to keep stacking despite the coming up from Na'Vi.
Like, Always Wanna Fly was meant to have a quick level 6, who was sprinting himself through these levels, and a power shot will give him a little bit of space here to maneuver, or maybe not, it's dead regardless. Yeah, Doom is meant to have a relatively quick level 6. You go into the jungle, you get your tranquils, you get your level 3, you roam around, you look for kills, you go back into the jungle, you get your level 6, you get your Vlads, your Poshful, your drums, and all that nonsense. In this game, Always Wanna Fly is going to be lucky to get a magic one. Maybe even a TP scroll. Artstar is level 5 and just sitting in that dire jungle. General is now level 7 and sitting in that dire jungle. The only respite that Team Spirit has is Illidan on this Sven, and whether he can get beefy and tanky enough to actually destroy Na'Vi single-handedly.
Radiant's top tower.
I might need to hold it for the TP though.
They have 6 on Witch Doctor. They have level 6 on Witch Doctor. They're baiting the stun here. They just want Illidan to throw a Stormhammer. That's all they want. They don't even need to. The cast is Death Ward, Sprout as well, comboed up nicely, but the Quelling Blade through the trees. And Illidan gets back here one until Dendi says not today. There's the Cold Snap with the earned damage as well, taking him over while Artstyle eyes down towards the bottom rune spot. Is that the first roar of the game used? Yeah, Funnick threw that one to kill off the Enchantress, but it's still not advantageous trades here for Team Spirit. They're losing out in the long run.
Yeah, and now the question becomes here, like, well, what has changed since last game? Last game they were able to secure all this farm from Illidan, which they have done right up until this point, because they were able to get this, like, dual lane. General was on the Bat Rider, he had to kind of sit in lane, he wanted to pull that support attention, but this time, handing over this Nature's Prophet to General, he just got active much earlier. Obviously, with the teleport across the map, he was in the mid lane at, like, 2 minutes, applying that pressure there instead, and that totally makes Godlike useless. Dazzle can only be in so many places at once, and he's going to be a lot better Sven alive under a tower from all this pressure instead, right?
I mean, this game, it feels like Na'Vi are just pressing their skills more efficiently. They're using hotkeys instead of actually clicking on the skills with their mice. I think it's just down to Iceberg being pressured so heavily on bottom lane in Artstyle. Okay, you're trying to go in onto this with the stun out, the power shot there. They just don't have enough nuke damage to kill him off, and they turn us back around with the EMP. Not quite landing. ND has earn charges as well as Invoke off cooldown. Is going straight into the hand of Midas, so there will be no Orchid this game, at least not a rushed item. You're looking at 10 minutes in, and for Wex Invoker having Urn and Hand of Midas, with phase boots, this is an amazing start for Dendi.
Yeah, it's starting to look like this game the other day where they picked that Night Stalker up against this kind of a push tempo lineup here from Na'Vi. Not able to get enough early.
Oh, Illidan. This is why they wanted a high ground ward to see exactly when he comes in for these ancients. Goblet's going to be the collateral damage here as well. Cleared up, he can't even grave himself. 12 stick charges. I guess he didn't want to use them regardless. Die, he'd be dead. No matter what he did. Oh, he just moved himself into the pit. This should be a simple takedown. You know about this observer ward though. Phonic clears it up for the sentry. It's a lot earlier on the Sprout Vision given over from that hawk, stolen by Artstyle. Very nicely done, but Roshan is already gone. There's no snipe, no steal, thing like that. Midas come out of Dendi. Already the first use and mech built up by General. Big items are bound for Na'Vi. What items do we have for Team Spirit mod packs? Is there anything?
We just got Doom. Level 6 achieved. I mean, that's something. It's not an item, but it's something. It still really is just this helm thing. Obviously, always on fly at a very rough time. Can't get this nice early drums up on the Doom like you typically like. And Phonic close to that first Necro. Of course, Iceberg. All that pressure. Mid-link. The phase, the bottle. This is one of the worst feelings when you play Wind Ranger. It can be very difficult if that nice laning stage to actually get up into your Aghanim Scepter, your Maelstrom, or even just a Blink Dagger if you need to make stuff start happening around the map. Not the best flash farmer.
You need kills and you need action. Oh. Black playing with fire a little bit there, trying to shove Dendi back away from the wave, but there's no way of stopping an Invoker from doing this, and yeah, just throws the Tornado as a warning sign. As a way to clear up these last hits a little bit faster, but there's no rune at top. It is taken by Always Wanna Fly. Bounty rune for him. I want to go in on Illidan again. Oh no. General TPing back, no one TPing aggressively. How do you group up towards the mid?
Yeah, I think it's time to just make it aegis. Up, let's do our thing. They see one opportunity and Ditcheraz is going to transform and run in. Let's get with the wolves. Do they have any text back here? They don't. The vision's there.
Combo's down, it's Always Wanna Fly, and he has no mana left. Instant kill onto him, Gold Black drops straight after, and Iceberg's chased down here. They've got General in the backline, so there's no TP forward for the Sprout, or there is now. He finally comes on through into the middle of 3 of them though and stunned up, but Phonic will go back. There's the gold strength and damage up, but good from Team Spirit, and he does not catch Team Spirit off guard. We were ready for it, but there's no stuns. Oh yes there is, there's a shackle shot finally back off cooldown. Artstyle, he's dropping low, but he turns back to fight up against Phonic. 6 charges there, but he tries to turn back with the Dark Troll. Not going to be good enough. Team Spirit lose their tier 1 mid. We get a couple of big kills there for them, and that's a good 1,000 net worth swing.
It should have just been a free tower, right? But of course, trying to push in for more. Go Na'Vi. A little bit too deep there. Still get the objective. They lose some big cores. It provides a little bit of space for Illidan, so he finally feels safe enough to go over some of these ancients getting himself up at 2k gold, and I wonder what kind of pressure he's dealing with. What is he thinking right now? Doesn't seem to be. Oh man, is it a PK game? Like, I don't know if you would have to go blink or if you have to just try and get this S and Y and survive through these fights.
I think you have to
It's
go
a very
blink.
tough call.
I think you have to go blink. Like,
It seems that way.
for me, in these situations, if there's any doubt, you go blink. If you can't get the S and Y in a good
Radiant's
time,
bottom tower is
it
under
becomes this
attack.
dead weight item. Like, okay, it allows you to farm decently, it's good stats and all that, but it's not an action item. If you do get dragged down, it can become dead weight. If you go for the BKB, it's the same kind of story. You know, it might win you a fight, but it's a might, not a dedicated or guaranteed. We jump in, we stun, we kill.
Gotcha.
Dagger is definitely out of route, but Sven picks up the full Sanj, so it's going to be the Sanj and Yasha, so he's going to try his luck here. If
Gonna
that
rely on the other 4. Guys, carry me. Iceberg, I need you to get some items here. I need you to farm that Agnet Scepter, get a couple more big kill bounties. I need space.
We rely on the Raw from Funnick to try and set things up there. Now you're looking at 4 staff, mech done for Na'Vi. He gets the mobility, and General gets that survivability. Hunting for Iceberg through this dire jungle, but I think we're going to have some inkling about what's happening. They'll smoke themselves over towards the east, below this ramp. Na'Vi have the high ground advantage here. On top of the ramp, and Team Spirit, oh
Radiant's
man,
middle tower
they want to
is
go in
under
on
attack.
Saditya the Lycan. He still has Aegis for how long? 50 seconds or so. They're going the long wraparound route here, looking for someone very deep behind Ditya, but they're in front of him. They're not sitting defensively, they're sitting offensively. And I don't know, maybe Na'Vi realize this and they're moving themselves across. Dendi with Suneko out in this river. Be like 2 ships passing in the night until General TPs himself away and they'll dodge everything. Doing here, Team Spirit, they wanted to play aggressively into that, but they do not get anything out of it.
Fact, they're gonna end up losing Gallblack here.
Excommunicated.
One last impetus from Art style. Will help secure this push in the mid lane. What can Funnick do?
Dire's
I don't know,
middle
like,
tower is
is this
under
one of those
attack.
games where Funnick has to try and go back or some sort of a blink dagger? Maybe, I guess, you're gonna be fighting your high ground, so you just want your Necro 3s anyway.
Dire's middle tower has
Roshan claims the Aegis. Be back in a little while. Tier
Radiant's
2 at
top
bottom lane, the
tower is
Na'Vi can
under
go and
attack.
claim. The tier 1 at top is being pushed a little. Touch scared about what Na'Vi are planning. They could have TP'd to the top tier 2, smoked and played aggressively into him, but instead, keep himself bottom and look for this fight. General, far away from this pack and always want to fly smoked over towards these trees, looking for the Doom in. Look at this little area, so he does have to make the long walk around. Na'Vi. This is
see him.
risky stuff. The Shackle shot with the Storm Hammer as well. The Doom onto Arkstar and caught them off guard. Na'Vi, they came themselves forward. The Death Ward and the heal through from General. They clear up one. Lycan still on the Dazzle and Funnick spends the Raw with the Elden caught in the trees. They've got nothing left to give. Always want to fly on retreat out as well, but Iceberg, time to sprint yourself back to base, Ginger Lady. But guess who's back? It's General with a Sprout again, except he's shackled up to a little lad behind him. Not style. Gonna go 5. Shackle from Iceberg allows him to escape, but still a disastrous fight there for Team Spirit.
And you can feel it though, like every minute that passes, Team Spirit, like if they don't try and make some sort of these plays, what are they going to be able to do? Like by the time this next Roshan's up, it's extremely difficult for them to contest. You're going to have a Necro 3 coming up on the Lycan. You don't even know what Dendy's going to be going into. It looks like it'll be the Agnet Scepter, so just going full out here. They had to make some sort of a play. They couldn't quite find it, and it's just so difficult for Illidan to do anything. Like this is the same problem that happened last time. Can't get that Mega Farm. Can't get up there with the SNY, the Blink. Actually get active into these fights and hold on to something. Like you've got this Crosswex Invoker. It's impossible. How do you actually right-click somebody?
How do you right click? How do you initiate? How do you cast spells? You've got no mana, you're tossed into the air by the tornado. Nowhere to go. There's a trouble. Imagine if Illidan has a blink down instead of the Sanj. Well, like the Sanj does nothing for him then. If he goes blink, he jumps into the backline, he finds the target, he kills him. Yeah, they stack their stuns, the and the Stormhammer, both overlapping. Spirit start the fight relatively poorly, while Na'Vi, they just hold their ground and battle through everything.
They're gonna have to try and make use of a roar or something here from Funnick. Just trying to be like vanguards of the jungle right now. Then he'll come in.
See if they pick that though. Tornado, that was overpowered, and then goes forward to get himself away. Have no mana remaining. They've got no spells left. With a vision on the high ground, Goblin dead, always gonna fly, one of the people flies, gonna give it the palm of the death ward. What? Navi! Dendi survived. Iceberg's gonna retreat that, shackles up the Girard, open the back. Bad wolf is caught. I think General might TP aggressively.
He's only 50 gold away! Oh, no.
Dire's top tower is under
So
attack.
close to that Aghanim step.
Thought they were gonna kill Illusion as well, but he gets cold snapped and walks back into base. It really is heartbreaking. He loses so much gold from that.
Dire's
329.
middle tower is under attack.
Oh, so close to the high ground push comes in from Navi. Tier 3. Lift up. Necro unit still lasting a decent chunk of time here. There's Howl, there's Medallion, there's Wolves, there's everything. And Sven can cleave all you want. But the right click attack coming out of Arsenal are going to push you back, regardless of how
Dire's top
tanky you
tower
are.
is under attack.
Alright, Manny. We'll dominate the something there.
I heard it, yeah. Weird little noise. Frozen. All to his name, always want to fly. He's got his drums at least. Final outer tower here. Navi are going to clear up this tier 2. And up in 50 seconds. Always want to fly, went into scouting out.
It was the wolf.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
There it is. Sneaking around, following.
Oh, that's what he stole.
Yeah.
Oh, they smoke after the wolf dies. That's pretty good timing for them. Hostile.
Nothing going right here for the poor Team Spirit. Eh?
I think Seneko might die. You know, I've got this hunter slot pack. So the Witch Doctor's dead. Walks into 5 heroes or 4 heroes. Windrange is still up at top lane. Absolute destroy.
Seneko tank and ganks, you know. Hero. Hey, it's good. You got something here. See, he actually was worth quite a bit of gold. 800 being spread across. I mean, Godblock, he's just been killing kills all game, though.
They throw out. On it. No mana left. And over on the side, they've actually caught out Art Style, but can they output the damage onto it? It doesn't look like they can. It's a wild goose chase. Illusion and Iceberg. They've got Dendy doomed up though, and the Evoker is going to drop there with the power shot through. With Sprout trying to hold Illusion in, but it's cleared through. Didgeras, the damage output. Finally, Art Style comes back in with the shot through. Illusion's dead, and Didgeras still surviving through, but Iceberg gets the kill. Now will TP himself back to safety, just about escaping from that. Lose 4 heroes and get 2 in exchange, and you'd look at this and think, well, that's a pretty shit trade-off. But then you open up the fight recap and you realize that's a 1,000 advantage going the way of Team Spirit. 1,700 gold for your Wind Ranger can now build into a Maelstrom pretty quickly, and maybe that's your foot in the door for Team Spirit to get back in this game.
That's one of the biggest swings I've seen when it's that much of a deficit in terms of the total kill trade here, but I think Bad Boy's back. That's really going to end up mattering here. So yeah, into that Maelstrom from Iceberg will be the next plan, possibly just into the BKB. Sure if it feels like that'll be enough to let him just sit there and maybe bring down Dendy once more at the start of these fights. When they fight Roshan will be the real question, though. They still lack very heavily in this initiation. No tools whatsoever available to them.
Pay net worth lead here for Na'Vi. Plateaued a little bit there with the last. Fine, always on a fly, just down towards him. It's your Booted Travel Vlad, Solar Crest, Necro 3s. Nick. Farm on the Radiant side of the map, but doing over there while Dendy. Aghanim is fully done. There's no point in Exor. He's gone for the max Quas and max Wex, which is kind of interesting. No point that Deafening Blast or the Meteor or anything like that. The Exor.
He's a purist, you know, this guy. It's a little unusual though, the Deafening Blast, though. Could be kind of handy against the Sven. It's like, not that he's been a very big concern, let's be frank here.
That's the thing, I always wonder with situations like this. Quas there. What does it use that maybe an extra spell in the rotation? Regardless, Bendy, the Master of Invoker, the pianist. Back for the Exort, level 15, so now he does have a few extra spells up his sleeve.
So we're just waiting on the eggs.
Yeah, maybe so. catch out here. Girard just walks up onto high ground. They kill off the observer ward there, but I think they know to always want to fly. Freeze, and I did Sprout to try and give vision on it. Spirit have held their high ground for now, but there's a wave coming in with Necro, with Wolves. Everything that Na'Vi have to throw in here with the Treant as well, just power shot it out. Try and get this damage output across. Berg with his BKB, not healthy from. Only has the S&Y, walks up very aggressively to punch the creep wave. Border's gonna fly, maybe aiming for this Doom as the cask is thrown out, but track is dropping slowly but surely. They catch Archvile with a good shackle shot there, and Archvile dropping very low. In fact, gonna die finally, and Vincere shapeshift himself. The Great Back is always on the blood, and trying to lose his first life as the agent drops.
That fire up again. Can they get something from shackle?
And it. Bendy coming back with his full complement of spells and a little while though. Iceberg, cold snapped up, the Windrunner's there. Back from the native prophet will catch out, but like the Sprout and Iceberg condemned, but Ilden's back with the gold strength slammed down in the counter back and forth, go back to the trapping out, condemning back to point it down, pushes back the Sven, and Iceberg cannot stick in on a target. The Doom is gone and so's the Dazzle. This tornado's going to be beautiful back onto 2 as well. Wind Ranger trapped in the Sprout is Sonic. He cuts himself through the trees a little bit, but he can't get up onto the ramp either. Still, a buyback from Doom will force Na'Vi back to safety. Don't get any barracks, but damage onto the ranged.
Well, they held that fight, but the buyback, of course, won't come out as a net victory. I don't think, with how far you are behind, you can win a fight without a double shackle. Without a blink dagger, it's obviously very difficult to accomplish. Iceberg, pretty renowned when it comes to these Wind Ranger plays, but slippery hero, like the blink dagger obviously being up on the general, as well as just the fact that you get a shape-shifting lion who's slipping left and right. If you don't, I mean, he didn't even get a single shackle, but I think a double where they win. It's always most like it. Spread it once more here.
Yeah,
he even take a save a shackle. Hit.
Roar as well, and the Vogue is gone. It's a buyback, and they might pop it here to try and fight through into this, but Stormhammer, Illidan comes in, trying to leave into Digirons, trying to come back onto the ground. Digirons Lycan, he's dropped. Sit down, little puppy. And that style chased back out as well. Illidan looking to cleave through onto the Bambi, and a triple kill for Iceberg will clear up a nice team fight win there for Team Spirit. RV, overzealous in their action, they can close out this game so simply. The brute force of Team Spirit to be there ready to fight.
Another massive swing here for them. Still such an uphill battle. Team Spirit, the second game in our series, will be getting their first tower post 25 minutes.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
March their way over the river, they're pinging another one, they want more, they want blood. Tower blood.
Towers
No
bleed.
door.
Do towers bleed?
Oh, Iceberg, this is kind of risky. With Denny come back up and no blink dagger, you might have to like BKB TP. Give me a clip. Oh, not fast enough.
Radiant structures
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, Na'Vi, what do they do to end this game? They've been on the verge of ending it for a good 5-6 minutes now, and their 17,000 net worth lead is dipping, experience lead is starting to tilt over that edge. Come back down towards Team Spirit, and when we look at their draft with the Sven, Wind Ranger, Doom, Beastmaster, healing potential is pretty decent. Say it's a touch better than Na'Vi's, even with the Invoker.
Yeah, it's just BKBs. They need like maybe a little bit early on the boost of travel potentially. Just heading into like the game-winning BKB or something like that, where you just want to dribble this 5. Even Denny himself. It's all just going to come down to shackles, right? Like, how have they won these past couple fights, with these actual engagements? For landing these shackles, getting that major lockdown. So, if they can avoid that, Raw's not held in place, especially Cindy not being held in place, it should be pretty much a walkover.
So with the next Roshan coming up in a few minutes, Na'Vi desperately need this at this point and end the game. That's their high ground breaching capability as Aegis and Cheese. Whereas if Team Spirit manage to snipe it or win a fight around the Roche Pit and deter Na'Vi from going in there, they can stall out the game a little bit longer. Definitely see why Na'Vi prioritizing some good old-fashioned ward coverage around the Roche Pit to cover all their bases. Right now, it's just a split push game. 3 lanes are being covered here by Na'Vi. Artstyle mid, draw down to bottom lane, and General, of course, up the top, just trying to keep every lane as hard pushed into Team Spirit's base as they possibly can, and don't give them any leeway to cross this river and look for tier 2s. The tier 1 bottom lane, which is still standing.
Yeah. Maybe, like, if it looks towards possibly a Lincoln Sphere for either Dendi, General, and then on ditch your Raw, and that's your game enders. I think it's a very good Lincoln team, honestly. Your BKB is mostly just going to be for Shackle anyway, and then of course your other 2 abilities are going to be the Roar, BKB Piercing, and then the Doom as well. So, you know, Lincoln's kind of covers you from all 3 of those. They don't even have the best tools to really pop it anyway.
Poison Touch?
Pretty much it, yeah.
I mean, a Force Staff maybe from, like, does anyone on Dire have a Force Staff even? Don't do they? Indeed. 3300 can start thinking about that Lincoln Sphere. That's...
Radiant's turret has been
Oh, a
killed.
courier. The Hawk sees everything. On the courier, I was just going in to try and buy something for Na'Vi.
We've seen teams turn these games around in the later stages because of Master and Night Stalker. Heroes, this Vision coming in. Obviously, Vision is king when it comes late. When you've got heroes that can blow somebody up in half a second, no matter how farmed they are, Vision becomes game winners. Rob not going into the what might be considered, I'd say, like the safety build. He's going into the I'm going to get this Aegis build, and so I'm buying an AC. I'm getting the Aegis, and we're winning the game.
We will end this one way or another. General might do a similar thing and finish off that Mjolnir, maybe. Go in for it. Run it. Found art style here, but a great tornado and EMP back from Dendi. Nice wall is dropped, but Jackson shot still takes that art style with a bit of damage back as well. Vincere trying to kite this one out. Fade goes into this situation where he's fighting against tornado, but everything lands with the cold snap as well. Illidan is all alone. He's left with the device with a great fighter to go back from high up on top of this ramp, but Illidan cannot find a way out of this one. Sven drops. Na'Vi looking out Beastmaster and the Sven looking for Godlike as well. And he got Tornado in 1, Cold Snap in 3, a Dead Dazzle. Brian Grave TP, but they've got the stuns, they've got the sables, now Iceberg TP'd on by General, the Ice Wall's dropped and got the Sprout as well. Iceberg came in to try and save his Dazzle, but General needs to Sprout. He will flick himself forward and catch that one out. 2 buybacks available here for Team Spirit, but it's going to be a lane of racks it looks like, as Iceberg is the only one to return to the land of the living. Oh, wait a second, no. Well, JK, no creeps in the base. Cannot take the tier 3, and it regens itself back up to full HP.
I think Roche spawned in about 10 seconds after the timing, though. Yep.
That looked like Na'Vi could just rip through backdoor regen. Go about protection. Go in raw. Jam. Cheese for them. They have the HP. They can't because the courier's dead. How do they do this? How do they split?
Immortality!
There's your answer. Aegis Enchantress and Cheese Invoker. That's interesting. I guess our style does a lot of damage, you know? Having a fully regen mana pool is pretty nice.
He has been focused pretty heavily as well, but hilarious. Illidan, he wants him though. Earn this Aegis.
Even BKBs to secure it as well. They're going to come in to try and defend Art Style on the second go. Tornado, BKB into Peru, and the Roar is down. The Enchantress running jumps forward, looking for Dendi, but the Death Ward is down, and General comes back in to look for the Sprout in 2 seconds time. Phonic, nice walled up. Himself away, and still the Shackle Shot didn't Chirac caught by his own wolf. They've killed off the Doom, but Illidan, oh, in comes General. The lightning starts to spam out, and there's no shot looking for the Frost as well. With the Death Blast from Iceberg. They've caught the Wind Ranger. They want every single kill here that they can possibly get, though. One after another. Iceberg decides to try and take out Soneko. And Dendi, have you really caught him? Have you really caught Illidan there? TP forward from General, and bam, bam. Picks him out. No buyback Wind Ranger. Sven might be forced to do it here and now. And will turn himself to the land of the living, but General, he's got a buyback of his own and can come back into this fight as he tries to 1v1 up against the Beastmaster, but the pace is falling. And Na'Vi take out tier 4 as they don't have creeps in their base, do they? There's one melee creep walking up on the high ground top lane, so Ancient is now exposed. General just sprouting up into the fountain. I think this might just be it. The Sven, he walks himself into death, but GG is cool, and Na'Vi will be the victors of this best of 3. I'll go up to face up against BP tomorrow in the best of 5.
I think Na'Vi, obviously, with their current style, current play, doing lately, they were definitely the expected winners here. Please, the Team Spirit took to a game number 3, but I gotta say, I think Na'Vi did, play to be the better team. Game number 2, it did seem like Team Spirit had it kind of figured out, thanks to being a sort of basically a rematch of what they'd already done once, and that allowed them to really shine in a situation like that. But I think they just come firing right back with this Lycan strategy that they've honed in a 5th pick Invoker. That's pretty good.